When she was shooting Stephanie's Places at Hard Knocks, we happened to see your name everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Everywhere. We were. I mean, truly so impressive. So what did that experience? What did that gym mean to you?
Oh, I loved it, man. So I started working out. I started the first time I worked out. So my dad got me this old, like, rusted bar that I used to just do curls from when I must have been like 10 years old. But I started working out for real when I was 12 years old. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Moving some weight. So I've been working out from a very, very young
Humble
age.
pie,
I know.
right? Moving some weight.
I mean,
just a little bit of
like
weight.
700 pounds.
You know, no big deal.
No big-
But and people sometimes when I was younger, people were like, "Oh, you must be on steroids." And I've never touched anything. I got drug tested when I was 14 years old, working at Publix. I was drug tested in college. Yeah, it's just I have great genetics. And one thing, like, we talk about like the issues with my father, but he did pass on great genetics, and he's just naturally very strong. But yeah, so I've been working out much of my life. I was really strong and I was a 400-pound bencher when I was 17 years
I
old.
mean,
But I love the weight room, and I was obsessed. I would spend way too much time in the weight room when I was a kid.
But it was your escape, like
it
you
was my
said,
escape.
right? Like it was
Yeah.
your way out of the house.
Yes, absolutely. And so yeah, I think when I got signed in 2009, I want to say in 2010, we all started working out. The FCW talent started working out at Cena's gym, and Rob McIntyre is like Cena's longtime best friend. They grew up together, and honestly, one of the best minds in strength and conditioning. And I came from a great program at Iowa, and I was a bit skeptical. I played for played for Coach Doyle, who's the head strength coach, truly one of the best minds for strength and conditioning in the country in college football. And I thought, okay, I don't know about this Rob guy. I guess I'll see. But he's just a brilliant dude, someone who was really just honed in on his craft. And I started working out there for a bit at Hard Knocks, and essentially we got to a point where Rob pulled me aside and said, "Hey, is powerlifting something that you might want to do? Is it something you might be interested in?" And I said, "Yeah, let's give it a shot." And so we did some powerlifting meets. I did one in Florida, and that went really well. And then we also did nationals in Scranton. So Rob went with me to Scranton, Pennsylvania.
And you were FCW talent at the time?
So I was signed.
Yeah.
I was signed. And
But not on TV yet?
I was not on TV yet,
Okay.
just like local FCW TV a little bit. I was still trying to find my identity. Who am I? And powerlifting really helped because for a while I was doing this Florida's Strongest Man gimmick but it gave me an identity. It was my first identity.
Sure.
But yeah, I was at a time. There was a time where, especially when I was training for nationals, we decided to compete at heavyweight, and I was eating whole DiGiorno's pizzas just to put the weight on.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds
I got
awful.
signed at I think I was 255 when I got signed, and at the point I was doing the national meet, I got up to about 295 just eating and lifting, and I got really, really strong. And even after the 2 ACLs and the broken right kneecap, I got to a point where I was squatting 750 raw. And that's not a suit or anything, no knee sleeves or anything. That's just a belt and squatting
Holy
750. I deadlifted over 800 pounds. What else? My bench, so actually the really cool thing was getting this on camera. So Cena was doing the build with The Rock at the time, a once in a lifetime, although they did it again the next
Sorry,
year.
that
But,
doesn't
it happens.
matter.
But Cena told me, if you hit this lift, the bar was at 575, and that was going to be my PR. I've never benched that much in my life. He said, if you hit this lift, I'll make sure that it's in the doc. And that was such a cool opportunity for me because, again, we're pretty anonymous at the time.
Right.
Roman, who is the biggest star in our industry right now, is there spotting me. But at the time, we're on the come up.
Yeah.
We're not on TV yet. So for a chance to be spotlit on this in this documentary that millions of people are going to watch was a big deal. So it's really cool to look back at that and see Roman spotting me.
right.
And the thing is, I remember Roman. I remember following his career when he was at Georgia Tech because we were both defensive linemen.
yeah.
Around the same age, he was
Really?
He was
So
all conference.
before WWE, you knew about him?
Yeah, I
That's so
knew
funny.
the name Joe Noae. I knew because he was.
Did
a
you
really
know
good
who
dude.
his dad was?
Yeah, I know a little bit about his family, but I wasn't really at the time.
That's not why you were
Yeah, it
following
wasn't
him.
a why.
Yeah,
It was just
okay.
I was looking at the other really talented defensive linemen who were around the same age around the country, and he was one of those guys. So the chance to be there with Roman spotting me at the gym, hitting 575.
Right,
and that
right.
moment of
Right.
firing up, and you look, and Woods is there cheering me on, and so much of that crew is there. So that was just a really great time. I love training at that gym, and yeah, lifting was always, that was my oasis. It was my my second home, and I
And
just love
still
the
is,
camaraderie.
right?
And still is, yeah. I
Yeah.
still love it. Although I will never touch 575 again. I'm not going. I ain't squatting over
Hey, you know
700
what?
pounds
mean,
again
You
in
don't
my
have
life.
to.
Yeah.
You already did
I
it.
did
Right?
it.
You
I did it, and it's documented. That's right.
I
Yes.
mean,
Does
one-
Kristen like to train?
She does. Yeah. She ran track in college.
Okay.
And Kristen, my fiance, I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes. So yeah, she definitely trains. We used to, when she was fun employed, is the way she puts it. So she
like
was
that.
at Uber for a while and got laid
Yes,
off.
we got the Uber.
I got the Uber Eats
but
socks.
but
yes,
she
from
still
her.
still supports.
Yes, I have
Yeah.
to. Yes.
Okay. All right.
But we used to work out together. But the thing is, she's very efficient with her lifts, and I like to be in the gym for like 2 hours. So we
Yeah,
lifted
you like to
together
kill
for a little
time in the
bit.
gym,
But
yeah.
yeah, now we live separately because she's not waiting on me anymore. Yeah.
So how did you guys meet?
So she's a sister of Meechin, and we met at in LA for WrestleMania a couple years ago, and like I was aware of her online, but
You said maybe there were some DMs.
well,
back
so
and
so
forth.
she actually, and she will say this, she actually DM'd me, so she slid in the
Oh,
DM.
okay,
Yes.
okay. Let the truth
we
be
need
told.
her side. I don't
Yes,
know.
but I was always someone who, as much as I love this industry and I'm grateful for it, I never wanted to date in the industry. I certainly didn't want to date my coworker's sister. That's for sure. So I was always like, you know what? And she was always, when she slid in the DMs, she wasn't forward at all. It was very, she was friendly, and
Yeah.
we would talk about things like art and books, and like, so I didn't know what the vibe was. I thought it was a friendly vibe. So we first met in LA, actually at the JW Marriott, where the TV hotel was, and we were kind of cool. We eventually exchanged numbers, but we just kind of talked.
Was there a little spark when you were in person?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely thought like she was beautiful, and there's a spark there. But so she'll tell me now that the first time we hugged,
That's when she
told her
felt
best
it.
friend that she had a crush.
Oh.
But I didn't know this at the time, and I was just going about my business, living my life.
And when did the first hug happen?
The first hug happened in LA. So the first hug was actually in LA.
At the JW?
Yes, at the JW Marriott. So that's when that happened. And so a little
So
while-
she knew pretty early.
So she knew fairly early.
Okay.
But so we were kind of exchanging DMs from time to time. We texted every now and then. But for some reason, it didn't really click to me until early 2024. We were in St. Pete, in my neck of the woods, for the Royal Rumble. And for some reason, it just came over to me like, why don't you just ask if she's going to be there? Just reach out and see if she'll be available. And she said, actually, yes. And I was like, okay, dope. So I'll be in town for a few days. She'll be in town as well. So she went down. I think SmackDown was in Miami. She went with her sister and then came back up. But, everything's so busy for us. It was really difficult for me to find time. So I couldn't find time to hang out with her until Sunday. And telling the story feels cheesy in retrospect. But so
Love stories
Yeah.
usually are.
we actually ended up, the time we both wanted to support Montez and Bianca. They had Love in WWE was their reality show. And we decided, okay, we're both gonna go. So I had a Fanatics Live appearance before, and I had to rush over from Tampa to get to, I think it was in St. Pete. But anyways, I had to rush over there. And she asked, like, hey, do you want me to hold a seat for you? And thankfully, she did hold a seat. I got there just in time for the start of the premiere. But yeah, sitting next to her, I don't
Well, and didn't someone try to?
Well, yes. So Titus, who I've known my entire career.
I love you,
Another
Titus.
Tampa native. Titus was trying to sit down next to her, and thankfully, I got there right in time to say, "Dad, step aside, sir."
I've been working on the seat.
Thad was moving in.
Not today. So I ended up sitting next to her for the premiere, and I was so enamored with her laugh, with the way she moved that through. Like, there's so many beautiful women in our industry who are in that room, and she was the one who stood out to me. She was
And nothing like you didn't feel that way before, but all of a sudden here, sitting next to her, you just suddenly
and in
couldn't
that
take
moment,
your eyes off her.
I fell hard, and I just thought she
Do
had
you
the
think
most.
it's because of what you were there
was gonna
for?
say.
I mean, I'm sure that didn't hurt. I'm sure
Love
that
and
didn't
love
hurt.
in
Yes,
WWE.
the love was percolating in the air. But yeah, I just thought she had the most gorgeous laugh. I kept like pointing my body towards her because just that I just wanted to feel closer to her. She was so stunning. We ended up taking a picture with Montez and Bianca and the two of us all together. That's actually hanging up in our house right now.
yeah?
But yeah, and so right after that, we only had about an hour or so, a couple hours to hang out. We didn't really, I don't remember talking about anything like that important or that impactful. But I knew I wanted to see her again. And thankfully, me and my creative partners, we had a short film that was nominated for an NAACP Image Award, and that was going to be in March. And I thought, okay, I should invite her to that. And it's in LA, so it's not too far from where she lives in the Bay Area. And I asked if that's something you might want to go to. And she actually was, right after that premiere, she went to Japan for 18 days with her friends.
Oh,
So she's a big snowboarder. She has so many of these incredible interests and hobbies. So she went snowboarding with her friends in Japan for like
awesome.
3 weeks.
so cool.
Yeah. So she was like, okay, I'm gonna be away for a little bit. But after I come back, I need like a week to decompress. And then you can come up to the Bay Area and then we'll fly down together. And so we would just kept like texting and we would FaceTime. And inevitably, I thought, okay, I don't want to bother her too much. I'll FaceTime for like 30 minutes. Every single time, that 30 minutes turned into 5 hours.
Yeah.
And I just loved her view of the world. I loved the way she showed up for her friends. I loved her, like she's a big reader. She loves Baroque libraries. She loves history. She just was a full, well-rounded human who was such a light. And I knew I wanted to spend a lot of time with her. And I would get off these FaceTimes and I would just be like why? I'm like crying. I'm just overwhelmed with emotion. And
Yeah.
I care so deeply for this human. And then I went up to see her so we can fly down together for the Image Awards. And we just knew like right away. And we were two independent people. Like she was very good being alone. She had her own condo that she owned. She had her life together. We were good on our own. And then like together, and she's someone who's like, because she had like a 1-bedroom, and it's like, her thought was, I don't want anyone in my space for more than 48 hours. You got to get out. But I was there for a week, and it all
And it didn't
felt
bother
so
her.
natural. It felt so natural. We ended up going down to LA for the awards, and the way she hit it off with my creative partners, Johnny Davenport and Andreas Hale, we all worked on this film together, and like she was talking to them about horror films for hours and hours, and the way it was like they'd known each other for years and years. And I just love the way she connected with my friends so deeply. And then the awards went really beautifully. And afterwards, the after party, we're like, we can hang out, but all right, we'll check in. We didn't know much about the after party. The after party actually ended up being at that same JW Marriott
No way.
in LA. Yeah, so we hugged there for the first time. That's when she had the feelings. So we made sure to take a picture at the very same spot, kissing. And yeah, so it
I
was a
feel
very
like
full circle
so
moment.
beautiful.
I feel like the JW might need to be your wedding venue.
Oh, it
I
might
mean,
very well need to
maybe.
be.
I
I'm
don't
very
know.
familiar with that hotel.
Yes, well, we're there like a decent
yeah,
amount.
many, many,
Yes.
many times.
So yeah, and then for two people who never wanted to get married, we were very good being alone. I was actually looking back recently through some things. It was a week after that award show in LA that she was starting. She put together an engagement ring doc on the things that she liked and didn't like. And for me, like I was always running away. This concept of family, I was always running from that. It was like
Sure.
I didn't want anything to do with it because it felt like an albatross. It felt like something that would weigh me down.
I
But
think too, you just didn't want to repeat.
that's it. I didn't want to
What
repeat that
you
cycle
lived
Part of the
again. Like
cycle.
God
Yeah.
forbid I do that to my own
Right.
wife or family. I can't be that person. But a week
But you're
la-
not that person.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
And in that moment, when she put that doc together, I knew like this is what I want. This is the person I want to spend my life with. This is the person I want to do this with. And for two people who never want to get married, like we'd only been dating for like a few weeks, and we already knew we wanted to get married.
That's
It's not even a
amazing.
month, and we knew it. So
When
yeah,
you know, you know.
she's
That's
life's
true.
greatest blessing, and I'm so thankful for her.